So welcome back to the show, everybody. I have a very, very special guest, very highly anticipated guest, none other than the highly touted class of 2023, projected probably to be, Alabama's #1 athlete in his class, none other than Sawyer Deerman out of ACA. And if you haven't seen his tape right now, you probably a sleeper on it. Has a great film. He already has some Power 5 offers, so he is doing everything he can to help his team and also help his case, his resume, as far as picking up some more offers along the way. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Sawyer Deerman. And man, if anything you want to say right now, man, you got the floor, man. It's floor open right now to the public, man. So anything you got to say.
No, just I appreciate your time. I think you really covered it all as far as the football standpoint of it. Just thank you for everything, and thank you for your time especially.
Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. So first thing first is, man, if anybody hasn't seen your film, man, it's like you can score, you can do things on all positions, pretty much on the offensive side as far as skill position. So first and foremost, what do you feel more comfortable playing? I mean, you can play quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end. It don't matter where they line you up at. So what do you kind of most feel comfortable playing at, and kind of explain your dynamic skill set?
I would say I probably feel most comfortable right now at receiver just because of the work I put in the all season. Like from the time really from when Corona started to now, really even in the season. I mean, I focused on receiver heavily and trying to get my routes crisp and things like that. And just as far as just being able to be prepared. We faced some pretty good guys this year and being able to prepare to get off the ball on them and get open. I would say overall, though, I mean, I feel pretty comfortable at every position just because, I mean, I've been, from the time I was 5, I've been playing everywhere all over the field. So really ain't nothing new to me. But I would say as far as my game standpoint, my field vision would probably be the best. And I guess that's why I'm so good at every position.
Hey man, hey, and I respect that a lot, man. So basically, I like what you're saying because I actually seen some of your tape this off season. You doing your thing at the wide receiver position, and I gotta say I'm quite impressed with what you're doing right now. So that speaks a volume to your work ethic too, as far as you working on your craft and things. So talk a little bit about what it takes going into you changing up and you doing the wide receiver. What has been your approach? I see you've been training with the lab. Kind of speak about that a little bit and that experience and how has it helped your game.
So my trainer is Donnie Lee, and he played at Bama under Saban. He was really probably going to be one of the guys that ended up getting hurt right there for the start of his career. But I would say going into last season, there was some definitely some things coming out of my freshman year that I knew I needed to work on. And as far as going to college, I knew I was probably going to be a slot guy overall. So, and definitely with me being 5'10", it don't help. So I like my craft at the position. So I really went into it with a mindset of really just trying to, I don't know, showing that size didn't really matter, showing that, 5'10", you can get it done. It's really just, it was a mindset going into it overall of just being, I don't know, showcasing my skill, I guess, would be more of the answer because, people are doubted just because of their size is a sad thing, but that was really my mindset, just showing people you could do it, even not really mattering your size.
Man, that was an interesting take, man, and also a good soundbite of you displaying that, at this point in time, size does not matter when it comes down to skill. If you're able to do it, size is not a factor in that, man. So appreciate you for sharing that insights about your approach to your craft and the people that you train with. So let's speak a little bit about this recruiting, man, going on, man. As a sophomore, you're turning a lot of heads, man, and you're making a lot of noise and also picking up a lot of offers. So explain a little bit about that and how does that feel as being a sophomore and getting this type of attention? How does that make you feel, and how does your approach change moving forward?
Well, the approach would be the main thing I would say is definitely changes because now no matter what you do, you got college coaches watching every little step you make. But I mean, going all the way back to my first offer, it was after like second game. But before that, I mean, I had been to a few camps, I had really been in contact with zero amount of college coaches. So it was kind of a really exciting time for me, my family also, because I've been working for that my whole life. And we went from literally I had never spoke to a college coach to my first offer was Tennessee. Power 5 football, first offer out the gate. So it definitely, after that And I feel like sometimes getting them offers may feel like people think, well, I got offers now, I ain't got to train. And for me, it was more just like a spark. Like, you got these offers now, college coaches believe in you, so now you need to put even more effort into it to show them why they took a chance on you. So I'll say that's one of my overall right now. Just my mindset in that is, since these coaches, are taking a chance on me, you need to show them why they take a chance on you, instead of, I got the offer now, I ain't really got to work no more.
Hey man, a very, very interesting take, man. And for a young man, 16, 15, 16, or almost going into your junior year, man, you seem to be pretty sound and sharp as far as your approach, man. And you sound like a young professional, man. I like the way you sound, man. Like, you sound very enthused about what you're doing, man. And that could be contagious in the locker room, and particularly the guys underneath you. So I say that to say this on our next topic. Basically, one final message before we wrap the interview up. What would be your message to the younger guys? What would you kind of advice you would give to them, for the ones who may not feel like they're getting looked at the right way, or they may not feel like they're good enough? What would be your message to those guys to kind of inspire or ignite them, sort of to give them some confidence?
Um, I could really take it back to, just like I said a minute, it really is the same thing for me. I had almost, I I was kind of expecting an offer, at least from a smaller school, just because I'd been working my whole life. So it was kind of like a disappointment to me also that, they hadn't got any offers yet. But really, my message to them would be, one game, one play, it can change your whole life. Like, literally, one game I went from being not seeing it all to I got one game's film out. College coaches started showing interest in me. So really, we say it all the time, but never take a play off. Like, literally, that play might be a play that puts you on the map, or that game might be the game that puts you on the map. So definitely just I would say giving your all in every game, and not really letting the outsiders, get into your head telling you you're too small, you're not quick enough, things like that. I would say it's things that kid dwell on and think, just because they said it, that's what it means. And that was kind of the point I was at. I was almost like, am I too small? But you just had to keep the mindset of continue to work and prove the doubters wrong. So that would definitely be my standpoint on that, is just, nothing's ever too small. So just keep pushing.
Hey man, you said a lot of motivating stuff right there. So for all the guys that will be watching, and people that are watching this interview, and especially the younger guys, hey, he gave you the blueprint right there, man. You, whatever your fuel is, make sure you use your fuel and kind of ignite yourself to propel your game. Because like Sawyer said, hey, all it takes is one game, one snap, one play. It could change your whole career. So on that note, we're gonna wrap this interview up. I appreciate everybody for watching. Also, I was going to add another part 2 to this interview, because we have a very special story about some of the personal things about your upbringing, about you in this game of football. And we're going to probably bring that next week. But for now, we're going to wrap this interview up. And I appreciate everybody for watching. Until next time, everybody, stay safe.